Hi, Peter. Let's take a look at your new essays. The summer job letter. Let's see what you said. Dear Mr. Wilson, with this letter, I am applying for a work position in your science lab. My name is Peter Goldberg, and I'm currently studying medicine at the University of Gothenburg. I'm 36 years old, and I live in Brixton. Okay, fine. Please allow me to explain what type of position I am interested in. I would like to analyze microbiological samples. If possible, I would like to work with viral DNA since I have a special interest in this area. Okay. However, I'm also very interested in bacteria and parasites. All right, check it out. So I'm interested, special interest, interested in. So an examiner is going to pick up on this. You need to vary your language up a little bit. You need to provide a range of words rather than just derivatives of the word interest. All right, so you could have said, please allow me to explain what type of position I am looking for. I would like to analyze biological samples. If possible, I would like to work with viral DNA since this field holds a certain appeal for me. Okay? And then you can leave one of these. However, I'm also very interested in bacteria and parasites. Okay? So just vary the language a little bit. My previous experience includes, because experience is uncountable, so it needs an S at the end of the verb. Courses in microbiology and laborative medicine. I am proficient in various software used in analyzing microbiological material. I have also had firsthand experience using the microscope through my medical training. As a person, I am ambitious, detail-oriented, and kind. I believe that I would gain valuable experience through a position in your lab, and I hope to contribute with the experience I already have. Sincerely yours. Okay. Let's see one more thing. Okay, so I liked this. All right, we talked about the vocabulary here. We covered that. I thought this was very nice. One thing that I would like is a smoother ending. So you've got your paragraphs that cover the bullets that you've been asked to cover. But what you haven't done is you haven't kind of given us a closing. All right, so this is your salutation. I would have liked something like a one sentence paragraph is pretty typical here. Where you say something like, I thank you in advance for your consideration and look forward to hearing from you soon. Or I thank you in advance for your consideration and look forward to being a valuable member of your team. Okay, something like that. But you do need a closing because this was really rather sudden. Okay, you finished just saying, I'm a valuable person. I believe I would gain by value experience. Sincerely yours. Goodbye. So yeah, close it a little more gently with a sentence like that, usually, which is in its own paragraph. Maybe it's two sentences, but you definitely need a closing. Okay. All right, but it was lovely. I liked what you wrote. Just a couple comments there. Let's take a look at the reasons for pollution and what can be done. Okay. All right. Let me see. One thing here. All right, it's too short, Peter. It's 231 words. I can tell you the first place you could have written some more is in that introduction. I mean, I know that I'm a big fan of short and concise introductions, but this is a little too short and a little too concise. So you need to do a little more here. For example, the increase in pollution is a growing problem, especially in major cities. Now, let's talk about why this is a problem. It's essentially, look at this, it's essentially the same language as this, but just with different words. So problems with pollution are becoming worse. The increase in pollution is a growing problem. It's like the same sentence. And then particularly, you wrote especially. They have large, you have major. So as far as IELTS is concerned, this is considered lifting from the prompt. It's just too similar. So you really have to switch it up, okay? That's the first thing. But then that's not an introduction. You need to do more. You need to say that there are a variety of reasons behind this problem. Fortunately, however, there are solutions available. And that's it. Like even that one additional sentence would have made the difference. But you still need to change around the language of this a little bit. Okay. So it could have been something like major cities around the world are suffering from an increasingly worrying problem. And then you can have colon there, pollution. Okay. So, or what I just said, major cities around the world are suffering from an increasingly growing problem. Period. More specifically, pollution is rising at, I don't know, astounding rates. Okay. And then the reasons, there are a variety of reasons behind this. Fortunately, however, there are solutions available. And that would have been a perfect introduction. Okay. So let's continue. I would like to explain the reasons for this in more detail. I don't really love this. Like, you're not having a chat with somebody. So I don't really feel like this kind of language is so appropriate here. Um, it's not a letter. Do you know what I mean? This kind of language would be appropriate in a letter, but not really in an essay, where we do try to be a little more impersonal than this. Okay. Some people will argue that the essay should have some personal elements to it and so forth, but I still do feel like this is the wrong kind of format. So, what could you have done instead here? You could have just had a nice topic sentence saying that there are a variety of reasons behind the growing issue of pollution. Okay, that would have been a great topic sentence because it tells us that pollution is a problem and it tells us that there are a lot of reasons behind it. So automatically the reader assumes, oh, okay, we're going to hear about the reasons for this in this paragraph. Okay, so that's how we do this. Most major cities have a growing population, which leads to more traffic. Motor vehicles stuck in traffic greatly contribute, no S here, because it's motor vehicles. Unless this is your subject. Let me see. Motor vehicles stuck in traffic. Great. No, 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 no. Yeah, it should be this. So look, motor vehicles, which are stuck in traffic, greatly contribute. Yes, so no S here. To pollution. Electrical cars are, as of now, too expensive and unreliable to replace petrol and diesel cars. A larger demand in energy supply is another problem as the population grows. A lot of countries, especially in the developing parts of the world, rely on fossil fuel, okay, spelling here, as an energy source. When oil and coal are used to create energy, it unfortunately leads to pollution. Lovely. Okay, great. So you said that cars and you said demand for energy. All right, good. There are a number of solutions to the problem with an there are a number of solutions to the problem. I would have said here of increased pollution. I think that would have been a nice, clean way of saying this. A shift to renewable energy sources, i.e., wind and solar power, is necessary to decrease our dependence on fossil fuel. You spelled fossil wrong again. We should also make it, you know what? Can you tell me why? Here, it's not enough to just tell me what the solution is, but you also have to tell me why the solution is a solution. So here it would have been something very simple like wind and solar power have the benefit of not creating the emissions that lead to global warming or lead to pollution. Okay, so that's all you really need to do there. But the extra sentence really makes all the difference. Okay. We should also make it more attractive to live and work outside of capitals and major cities in order to spread out the population. This would decrease pollution from traffic and a less demand. And look, this would decrease, you have to do a parallel structure here. This would decrease pollution from traffic and lessen the demand on the energy supply. That would have been better. To conclude, a growing population and more traffic in large cities leads to an increase in pollution. Spelling. To address spelling, we need to make rural areas more accessible. Okay. Okay. More accessible to live and work in. We need to develop new technology in order to use renewable sources for energy supply. Okay. Now, here's a problem here. I feel like you're introducing ideas in this conclusion. you didn't introduce in your body paragraph. So, for example, did you mention that we need to live outside the cities? Yes, you did. But you never talked about making rural areas more accessible. So all of a sudden, you're presenting a new argument, and you do not want to do that in your concluding. I kind of feel like that word accessible is a problem. So why don't we change it to something like this? To conclude, a growing population and more traffic in large cities leads to an increase in pollution. Let's see. Having the population spread to more rural areas would be a potential solution. You could say that, okay? Uh, and then I would like an also here. Also, we need to develop new technology. Yeah, you never talked about new technology. Maybe you can just say also shifting to renewable sources of energy instead of fossil fuels would provide relief from carbon emissions. Okay, so something like that, but no new ideas, nothing that reads like a new idea in your paragraph. Okay. All right, so it's a good set, but there are some things that I want you to work on. Okay, so give it a shot. Let's see what you do in your next set. Um, if you can apply some of these suggestions that we made today, and I look forward to seeing what you write next time. Good luck.